Joining us on the phone with his reaction is Seamus Fernandez, pharma analyst at Guggenheim Partners. He has a buy rating on Eli Lilly and a $675 price target. Welcome, Seamus. Let me ask a question. Is Zepbound just a different version of or a wholly different drug than Mounjaro, which is Eli Lilly's entrance in this field right now?
No, it's basically, and thanks for having me, it's basically the same formulation of Eli Lilly's Mounjaro. What is unique here is just the different name that you have of the product, and that basically allows for the company to track the product much better when it's used for the treatment of obesity, and it also is very helpful in terms of payer negotiations.
Is this likely to be the biggest selling drug of all time?
We think it has a very, very strong shot of being the biggest drug of all time. Obviously competing very closely with Novo Nordisk's Ozempic and Wegovy as well. But we think that this category for sure will be the largest pharmaceutical market of all time.
And who's going to pay for it and how? Because the list price is $1,000 a month. Some insurers are going to cover it, I assume, but most insurers are probably not going to want to.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I think this is probably the main challenge is gaining reimbursement for the obesity opportunity over time. That being said, we do have some really important data coming this weekend from Novo Nordisk called the SELECT study. And that could really prove out that the benefits of this product for patients who have high cardiovascular risk. So this may become more of a cardiovascular drug at the end of the day. It's also used broadly in the diabetes setting as well. And there's a very compelling argument for both managing weight and blood sugar as driving material benefits in a patient population diagnosed with diabetes. And these products have been moving forward in the treatment regimen among physicians for the last decade, honestly. And now that they've got potent drugs like this, they're looking forward to using them earlier and earlier in the treatment paradigm. So it always makes sense to pay for diabetes drugs for sure. It always makes sense to treat patients with high cardiovascular risk. And then more broadly, if it's just a weight loss drug, for patients who are, trying to lose a little bit of weight or don't want to go to the gym as much, I think that's a little bit of a different dialogue.
Forward PE is 78. just to put that out there for one of the very few super growth opportunities that's really left in this market. Seamus, are there still problems with availability and the supply chain and what's driving those? And will this exacerbate them or ameliorate them?
I would argue that the supply chain challenges are going to run for probably quite some time. Even on a recent conference call, you heard Novo say that, from the differential between the demand and supply situation, the demand is so strong that Novo actually sees at least 4 years ahead of, sort of a supply constrained market. And I believe Lilly would argue, largely the same. So the demand is quite extraordinary, certainly nothing that I've seen in my 20-year career. Definitely a very unusual situation and one that has to be managed carefully by both companies to, maintain their strong reputation.